Did you know that centuries before European universities flourished, a thriving center of learning existed in the heart of Africa? For generations, the story of Africa has been incomplete, a narrative often filtered through a biased lens. What if the history you learned in school was missing crucial chapters? Today, we are unearthing the hidden legacy, the untold stories deliberately omitted from textbooks and curricula worldwide. We begin our journey in Great Zimbabwe, a civilization that flourished between the 11th and 15th centuries. Forget what you think you know about African architecture. Great Zimbabwe wasn't just a collection of huts, it was a sprawling city of impressive stone structures, built with incredible precision and skill. Walls, towers, and palaces rose from the earth, testaments to the ingenuity and organizational prowess of its people. The most impressive of these structures is the Great Enclosure, a massive circular wall made of precisely fitted stones, all without mortar. This wasn't a primitive society, it was a sophisticated civilization with complex social structures and advanced building techniques. Yet, for years, the true origins of Great Zimbabwe were shrouded in mystery, with colonizers falsely attributing its construction to outside influences, denying the indigenous population their rightful place in history. Now, let's travel north to Timbuktu, in present-day Mali. During the 12th to 16th centuries, this city was a beacon of intellectual and spiritual enlightenment. The University of Sanko, one of the world's oldest universities, drew scholars from across Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. Here, they studied mathematics, astronomy, law, medicine, and theology. The university boasted an extensive library, housing hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, preserving knowledge that would have otherwise been lost to time. Imagine libraries filled with handwritten books, scholars debating complex ideas, and a city buzzing with intellectual energy. Timbuktu challenged the Eurocentric view of history, proving that Africa was not a continent devoid of learning and culture, but a vibrant hub of knowledge. But Timbuktu's story is more than just academic. It's a story of trade, wealth, and cultural exchange. The city was a major center for the trans-Saharan trade, connecting North Africa with the resources of the South. Gold, salt, and other valuable commodities flowed through Timbuktu, contributing to its prosperity and cultural diversity. Next, we journey further back in time, to the kingdom of Kush, a powerful civilization that thrived in present-day Sudan from around 2500 BC to 350 CE. Often overshadowed by its more famous neighbor, Egypt, Kush was a formidable empire in its own right, with its own distinct culture, language, and religion. The Kushites were skilled metalworkers, producing intricate jewelry and weapons. They built towering pyramids, temples, and palaces. They even conquered Egypt, ruling as pharaohs for nearly a century. The pyramids of Meroe, the capital of Kush, still stand today, a testament to the kingdom's power and grandeur. Yet, the story of Kush is often relegated to a footnote in history books, its achievements minimized or ignored altogether. Why? Because acknowledging Kush's power and influence challenges the narrative of African inferiority that has been perpetuated for centuries. Let's not forget Musa, the 14th century ruler of the Mali Empire. He is often described as the wealthiest person who ever lived. His pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 was legendary. He traveled with a massive entourage of soldiers, servants, and camels laden with gold. His extravagant spending in Cairo caused inflation that lasted for years. Musa's wealth was not just a personal indulgence, it was a reflection of the Mali Empire's vast resources and trading power. The empire controlled vast deposits of gold, salt, and copper, and its merchants traded with kingdoms across Africa, Europe, and Asia. Musa's reign was a golden age for Mali, a time of prosperity, peace, and cultural flourishing. He invested heavily in education, building mosques, libraries, and universities. He brought scholars and artists from across the world to Timbuktu, transforming the city into a center of learning and culture. These are just a few examples of the rich and complex history of Africa that has been deliberately suppressed or ignored in mainstream education. Why? The reasons are complex and multifaceted. Colonialism played a significant role. Colonial powers sought to justify their domination of Africa by portraying the continent as backward and uncivilized. Colonial-era textbooks often emphasized European history and culture, while minimizing or ignoring the achievements of African civilizations. This created a distorted view of the past, one that reinforced the idea of European superiority. Even after independence, many African countries inherited educational systems that were designed to serve the interests of the colonizers. These systems often perpetuated the same biased narratives, neglecting African history and culture. In some cases, this exclusion was intentional, a deliberate attempt to erase African identity and instill a sense of inferiority. Three colonial methodologies were common: language restriction, curriculum exclusion of African ethnicity, and a hierarchical education structure designed to create a servant class. In other cases, the omission of African history was simply a result of ignorance and lack of resources. Many teachers lacked the training and resources to teach African history effectively. Textbooks were often outdated and inaccurate. And there was a general lack of awareness about the importance of African history. The consequences of this historical amnesia are far-reaching. When people are denied access to their own history, they lose a sense of identity and belonging. They may internalize negative stereotypes about their culture and heritage. They may feel disconnected from their past and uncertain about their future. But things are starting to change. More and more people are recognizing the importance of African history and demanding that it be included in the curriculum. Scholars are conducting groundbreaking research, uncovering new evidence about Africa's past. Activists are campaigning for a more inclusive and accurate representation of African history in the media and in popular culture. The journey to reclaim Africa's lost history is ongoing, but it is a journey worth taking. By learning about the achievements of our ancestors, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. We can challenge the biased narratives that have been perpetuated for centuries. And we can build a more just and equitable future for all. It's time to rewrite the textbooks, to tell the whole story, to acknowledge the rich and complex history of Africa. It's time to reclaim the legacy that has been denied for too long. The untold stories of Africa are waiting to be discovered. Are you ready to listen?